Hi, and welcome back to the Miami-Dade Chamber of Commerce Member Connection. I'm your host, Eric Knowles, and you already know, growing black business is an exciting thing, and I'm so excited to have this gentleman with me today, Mr. Garfield Allen. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Man, it's always good to see you. You know, you're always so energized, and you're always looking, to make things happen as well.
Yeah.
And you're here to talk about On-Time Digital.
Yes.
But before we get to that, let the folks know who Garfield Allen is. I know you got that accent. When we first met,
Yeah.
I know you spent time in England.
Oh, yes. So I'm born in Jamaica.
Okay.
Worked for Dun & Geddes for 10 years before I migrated to England, and ended up joining the military.
Okay.
And became a Royal Engineer.
A Royal Engineer.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty important.
Oh, well, that's what I say.
Yeah.
But it was a turning point in my life. Good core to be with. I thought they teach me a lot, learn a lot, and so I spent almost 20 years there before I migrated to the UK, to Miami, Florida.
Okay.
Yeah. So in a short script, that's me.
Okay. And how long you been in Miami now?
So 3.5 years now.
Okay.
Yeah. So I had a business. The business started in England, and then I just transferred over to Florida.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
to Miami.
So 3.5 years. Here we are in 23. So this is just pre-pandemic.
Yes. Right. Exactly.
So moving to a new country.
Yeah.
Starting. Well, you were in business in England.
Yes.
But now transferring and bringing everything, all your knowledge, all of your base to Miami, to the United States. And again, just before the pandemic.
Oh yeah. I met my wife in the UK.
Okay.
And she lives here.
Okay.
And to be honest, I didn't really have any extended relative in the UK, and I was close to my time in the Army, so I was saying just come this side, and I always wanted to come to the States, to be honest, and that was like a push. So we met and we fall in love, got married, and moved straight over.
Right.
Yeah.
And tell me about that whole process. Again, here you are beginning a business just before the pandemic hit, and then the pandemic hit. So give us your experience. I like our audience, this is one of those once in a lifetime things. Hopefully we won't ever see it again, a pandemic, but building a business in the middle of that.
Oh, to me, it was exciting, it was scary, but I don't normally make anything hold me back in terms of, I'm a go-getter. I'm a guy. Let's do it.
Right.
Let's do this thing. So when we came and we had the pandemic, we had the shutdown, it gave me a good time to kind of refocus, strategize exactly what we want to do, how we want to do it. And then there was some paperwork. I tell everybody, if you transfer in business and start doing business in Miami, get your paperwork sorted out first. The registration, all the tax receipt that you need to do, all of that stuff. Just go get those in order. But it gave me enough time to kind of study the environment that we're going to be in, and the community. Like one of the things like get certified, SPE, all the different certification that is out there, and I took that time to do all of that. So that was really great. And my wife, she's a standing on me, man. She's behind me 24/7. She just keep me up and keep going.
Right.
She's the backbone of any success I have right now.
Right. Well, let me ask you this, and it's not something we've talked about before. Again, here you are coming from England and coming to the U.S. and starting a business, I guess, and being a foreigner, I guess, to a certain extent.
Yeah.
What was that process like?
Well, it was pretty straightforward. Being in the military, we work with the U.S. Army. We understand certain cultural differences and so forth. And I used to travel to the States quite often, but in New York, because my sister lives in New York. I have a son that lives in upstate New York, in Poughkeepsie. and my niece. So we used to come over here
Right. So
regularly.
it wasn't
It
foreign
wasn't a,
to you.
yeah,
in
it wasn't
that
foreign to
respect.
me. It wasn't a right. So falling into it, but coming to Florida was a different ball game.
Okay. How so?
Because the culture it's so diverse. You know, there's so much different ethnicity here in terms of you know, you have the Caribbean, the different diaspora from Africa. Then you have the Hispanics and Mexican. You know, it's so different, and you just have to understand. You don't step on somebody's toe when you're talking about certain things or say certain things. You know,
Right.
so you take time to learn that, and I did that, and just to try to make sure that I synchronize with the community, because a part of our ethos on Time Digital is to give back to the community, and we want to know who we're giving back to.
Right.
And we want to be a part of what we're giving back to. So we do this just to give back. That's our business ethos. We are in business to give back.
And then one thing, you know, I know once we connected, and I forget who was it that actually connected us together. And my thing is about connecting the dots.
Yeah.
So once we connected, you have been engaged with the chamber. And one thing you understand that it's not just joining the chamber and then all of a sudden, you know, the world is going to fall in your lap. You have been engaged. You've been coming to the events. You talk about that a little bit.
Oh, so I think Bernard Jennings was the one who
yes.
was put us together. And when I came and I met you and I met the chamber and I saw all the things, because before I get in touch or get involved with anything, I usually research. My uncle always said to me, "Are you still researching, Garfield?" From when I was a kid, I always do research. I'm always researching. So I look back at all the stuff that Miami-Dade Chamber of Commerce done in the past and what their ethos and what everything do. I actually watched some of the connection views that you did with some of the members, and I was pretty impressed that you get out in the community, you are community involved, and that you focus on small business and black small business. And you just don't see that on an everyday basis. And then we look at the formation and everybody that is involved. I was blown away, because I have never seen this, and I've traveled all over the world. I haven't seen this, and this is remarkable. I'm not saying there are any others around.
Absolutely.
I'm not saying that, but I'm saying that
For you,
for me,
and being in Miami,
right?
It resonated with you.
Of course, and you touch the core of the community. That is also a part of it. You went to the community. You go in the community, you touch the core of the community, and you get the members to get involved too, which is great. And I just feel comfortable being in the chamber. It's just great. It's just great.
Well, we're glad to have you because, again, as I said, you've been engaged with the various events that we do, and here we are now. And that's one of the, the services that we provide. We want to help get you out there so that the community knows you as well. But before we get deeper into On Time
Digital,
we're going to take a little break and get a word from one of our supporters.
Learn and earn today at Miami-Dade College. College graduates earn 56% more than high school graduates and $1 million more in lifetime earnings. A degree from MDC is your path to greater earning power and career success. Choose from hundreds of affordable high-tech and in-demand career programs, including cybersecurity, artificial intelligence, business, and nursing. Learn and earn today at MDC and fast-track your career. Enroll now at mdc.edu/purpose.
Hi, and welcome back to the Miami-Dade Chamber of Commerce Member Connection. I'm your host, Eric Knowles, and I'm here with Mr. Garfield Allen. And we're talking about On Time Digital. So that is the business. Let's talk about that a little bit.
Okay, great. So On Time Digital is actually OME, Original Manufacturing Equipment. So we are a manufacturer, digital signage, anything that display content digital. We also do interactive flat panels.
Would it be something like what's behind
definitely. What you have behind you is exactly what we do.
Okay.
But on the commercial side, I must say we don't do TVs. We do commercial display. So it's a big difference.
Okay.
Panels are a little bit different, and some of the technology behind it is a little bit different, but it's similar.
Okay.
And we do it in every shape, every size. We have different panels for different projects, so you can have standing ones, hanging ones, two double-sided. There's just so much difference in it.
What got you into that business? I mean, being a royal engineer, you probably could do a little bit of anything, because engineers, I know basically Army engineers build the bridges across the United States, and I'm sure the engineers, the same thing in England. So you have that ability to probably, as I said, do anything.
Oh, yeah.
So what made you focus or get into the digital world?
It's a very good question, because it was a mindset I had in terms of being an entrepreneur. I always wanted to do something, and I said, I need to find my niche. What excites me? What makes things ongoing and make things happen? I know everybody was jumping to software back in 15, 18 years ago. Everybody was like software. And I said to myself, if you jump into software, you need some hardware to display your content.
Okay.
Definitely. And
Makes sense.
one of the biggest things that we found out is that a lot of screens that were developed at the time, the software engineers were writing things in 4K, and there were not enough 4K display screens around at the time. So we decided to actually do that.
I'm not going to ask you what 4K is, but
No, it's just it's just a projection. It's just it's all right. However, one of the things that got me really pushing was when I was working for a manufacturer that does these things. I was working for them, and I always wanted to get really involved. And we went to this big show, so the bed show in London, and I get to meet some of the manufacturers because they came down, and I noticed that we had some flaws in some of the screens, and I sat with them and I said, one of the manufacturers in particular, and I said, we know that screen and that screen has these little issues. Is it possible if we could get rid of those issues and use the best part in this screen to build a screen? And I said, yes, possible. And that's where it begins. So we started putting the best technology in one product, and we realized that we could market it and even get it out even cheaper than what was presently available on the market. And that's how we come up with that. And I'm most proud of the team that did the research with me and helped develop it to this point. And it's 100% black owned. I'm proud of that too.
Right.
100% black owned. And we're turning heads. And we're doing it very slowly. We didn't want to just start being a big commercial screening. We're doing it very slowly. And one arrangement that we have with some of the manufacturers that we work with is how we deploy each technology as we bring it to market. And we are not one of those that hold stock, because one of the reasons is that the technology changes so often. So what we try to do is we hold something like virtual stock. So as we go along, you might order a screen from us 8 months ago, and then you reorder, you get
it's different.
It's different, exactly.
You know that. I'm glad that you say that. You know, as I was growing up, I never was the one as a young adult to buy expensive equipment, because next year it's something different. So talk about that a little bit.
Well, it moves so fast now in terms
Right.
of technology, and it's going. I mean, OLED. Well, there's so much different types of screen display that is happening now, and the different way how they can put it together to make sure that it fits the particular project. So as you go along, now that AI is involved, there's going to be, there's going to be more cameras involved in screens. There's going to be more maybe mic, depends on voice activation and camera screens, and so forth. So it's such a wide area to be in. But as we go on, as you said, the development of hardware is going to change. Works in terms of the brightness. We talk about nits
Well,
and
let's
ITS.
talk about, you know, you're going into the technical part of it, and that's beautiful.
Yeah.
But me as a business person, why do I need one of these screens?
Oh, it's simple. ads now that used to display on a sheet of paper or a pamphlet or a flyer, those days are done now. And
Right.
information is out and everybody turn up. It's the same way digital signage is changing the environment. Billboards, you see billboards are digital now. It's the same way that you put up a notice or anywhere on a paper or A5 sheet, those are changed. Digital signage is taking over that. And if you put ads in the paper nowadays, what's going to happen is that those ads in the paper are not going to be seen because it's a dying breed that's reading newspaper now, and that's just a fact. So what we're trying to do is to use digital signage to replace that, because that's where it's going now. People are more on visual look, and not only that, you can have more than one content on a digital screen displaying at any particular time on the same paper or you will use to display one information. So you get multiple information happening, and that's what happened in the shift of paradigm when it comes on to visuality of content, display of content, and how people now receive. And our buying pattern has changed. Information, the way you do this information now has changed. So you have to just continue to move. I call it shift of paradigm. You continue to have to just move with that shift and how consumer receive your information. And because we're in the digital display space, we try to just kind of fall in that line and be more acceptable, more proactive as we go. So On Time Digital, as I said, is the manufacturer. Our brand is actually ProSense USA.
Okay.
Pro as in proactive, but have sense in the meantime doing it.
Okay.
Right. So that's one of the reasons that we say we just don't stock hardware like that. We build a lot of stuff in specifications and make sure you get the right thing for your particular image.
So are you doing business outside of the U.S. as well?
Yes. We just had a very good engagement with yesterday actually with Nigeria, and the conversation has extended since last night in terms of that. We have done some business already with Africa, but I still do some business in the UK.
Okay.
I have around 42 different high school and primary school in Yorkshire that use our product, continue to use our product, and still asking for it. And yeah, we still work internationally.
Wow.
There's one of the concepts we have to is we think globally.
Right.
You think globally, you act locally, but think globally.
Okay. I like that. Act locally, but think globally.
Yeah.
So if someone wants to get in touch with you, how do they do that?
Well, you can go to www.ontimeprosense.USA.com.
Okay. And if you want to know more about the Miami-Dade Chamber of Commerce, you can call us at 305-751-8648, or you can go to www.m-dcc.org. And I just want to let you know, tune in to Tuesdays at 4 o'clock and come to our member connection. You'll learn a lot.